As autumn fades and the days shorten, a familiar mix of excitement and apprehension settles across the UK. The first snowflake brings joy and dreams of a white Christmas, but winter also brings real challenges. Snow can disrupt commutes, threaten the vulnerable, and complicate daily life. This dual nature makes the winter forecast eagerly awaited by everyone, from farmers to families. As we approach the 2025-2026 winter, questions arise. Will it be snowy or mild? Will we see extremes or a typical British mix? The BBC is already analysing the data to help you prepare, because a good forecast is about more than just finding your sledge. As November's first frosts arrive, the stage is set for winter, and we're here to explore what's in store for the UK. Let's dive into the outlook for the season ahead. Predicting snow is a scientific challenge, not guesswork. It's a process that requires careful analysis, experience, and the latest technology. Every winter, meteorologists across the UK work tirelessly to provide accurate forecasts, knowing how much snow can impact travel, schools, and daily life. We gather data from satellites orbiting high above the Earth, weather stations scattered across the country, and ocean buoys floating off the UK coast. This network gives us a global snapshot of current conditions, from temperature and humidity to wind speed and atmospheric pressure. All this information is then fed into powerful supercomputers running complex weather models. These models use mathematical equations to simulate the atmosphere, predicting how weather systems will evolve over hours and days. When it comes to snow, two things matter most: cold air and moisture. Both must be present in just the right amounts for snow to form and reach the ground. If the air is too warm, snowflakes melt and turn to rain before they ever touch the ground. This is why you might see snow in the forecast but only get slush or rain instead. The UK's unique position between Arctic cold and Atlantic mildness makes forecasting especially tricky. A small shift in wind direction or temperature can mean rain in London, but snow just a few miles away in the home counties. That's why we always talk about uncertainty, especially for forecasts more than a few days ahead. Weather is naturally unpredictable, and small changes can have big effects. To account for this, we run our models multiple times with slight variations in the starting data. This helps us see a range of possible outcomes and better understand the risks. By comparing these different scenarios, we can give you the best possible estimate of snow chances in your area, helping you plan ahead and stay safe. Forecasting snow is truly a blend of science, advanced technology, and a bit of art, balancing data, experience, and intuition to keep the UK informed and prepared. What do the models say about winter 2025-2026? Expect a classic British mix: mild, wet spells from the Atlantic, but also a higher risk of cold Arctic air, especially after New Year. The polar vortex is a key factor. If it weakens, cold air could sweep south, bringing widespread frost and snow, even to southern England. However, the warm Atlantic may limit how long cold spells last. The UK will be a battleground between cold and mild air, making the forecast volatile. We're not predicting an extreme winter, but the chance of disruptive cold and snow is higher than in recent years. Be ready for swings between rain, wind, and sudden cold snaps. Stay updated as the season unfolds. Snowfall in the UK is never uniform. Geography matters. Scotland, especially the Highlands, is almost guaranteed significant snow, great for ski resorts. Northern England's hills and cities like Newcastle and Manchester could see notable snow, especially on the cold, mild boundary. The Midlands, Wales, and southern England are more likely to see rain, but a polar vortex disruption could bring heavy snow even to Birmingham, Cardiff, or London. Wales mountains will get snow, but coastal areas stay milder. The southwest coasts, like Cornwall and Devon, usually see rain thanks to the sea's warming effect. Still, an exceptional cold spell could surprise everyone. In the UK, never say never when it comes to snow. One of the toughest calls for UK forecasters is the rain-snow line, the narrow, ever-shifting zone where snow turns to rain. This invisible boundary can be the difference between a winter wonderland and a soggy, grey day, and it's a challenge that meteorologists face every time a new weather system approaches. This line can shift by just a few miles, making for wildly different conditions in neighbouring towns. One village might wake up to a blanket of snow, while just down the road, another is drenched in cold rain. The unpredictability keeps both residents and forecasters on their toes. The outcome depends on temperature at every level of the atmosphere, not just at the ground. Even a slight warming a few hundred meters above can turn snowflakes into raindrops before they reach the earth. This winter, the clash between mild Atlantic air and cold Arctic blasts will be a recurring theme. These opposing air masses create a battleground overhead, with each system fighting for dominance. If a moist front meets cold air, we get snow. If it's mild, we get rain. Sometimes the changeover happens in a matter of minutes, leaving people surprised by how quickly the weather can flip. Sometimes shallow cold air at ground level leads to freezing rain or sleet, dangerous and hard to predict. These conditions can turn roads into ice rinks and make travel treacherous, even if snow isn't falling. The Midlands and central southern England will often sit on this battleground, facing messy mixes of slush and ice. Here, the rain-snow line can linger for hours, creating a confusing and hazardous mix for drivers and pedestrians alike. These marginal events can be more disruptive than a straightforward snowfall. Slush, ice, and sudden changes in conditions can catch people off guard, leading to travel delays and accidents. Forecasts will be on a knife edge, so stay alert for rapid changes. Checking updates regularly can make all the difference when planning your day or journey. The battle in the skies will define this winter's most challenging moments, shaping not just the weather, but daily life across the UK. Stay prepared and watch as nature's drama unfolds overhead. Looking back helps us understand what's ahead. The Beast from the East in 2018 showed how a weakened polar vortex can unleash severe cold and snow across the UK. More recent winters have been milder and wetter, with storms and flooding dominating instead of snow. The winter of 2010-2011 brought a rare, widespread white Christmas thanks to a blocking high-pressure system. These examples show how UK winters can swing from mild and wet to bitterly cold and snowy. The forecast for 2025-2026 suggests a blend of both. Expect variability and be ready for surprises. Don't get complacent after a run of mild years. Cold snaps can return quickly. History reminds us, UK winters are always unpredictable. Climate change is dramatically reshaping UK winters, making them, on average, milder and wetter than in the past. We're seeing fewer days of widespread snow, and the classic image of a white winter is becoming less common across much of the country. Warmer air temperatures mean that snow is now less frequent, especially in southern and low-lying areas of the UK. Instead of snow, rain is becoming the dominant feature of winter, changing the look and feel of the season. However, a warmer atmosphere can actually hold more moisture. So when it does get cold enough for snow, the result can be heavier, more intense snowfalls that cause major disruption to travel and daily life, even if they happen less often. The rapidly warming Arctic is also having a big impact. It may be making the jet stream wavier and the polar vortex more unstable, which increases the risk of sudden, unexpected cold snaps that can catch people off guard. So paradoxically, even as the world warms, we can still experience extreme winter weather, sometimes more intense than before, with blizzards and flooding happening in quick succession. The overall trend is towards shorter, milder winters, punctuated by sudden bursts of intense, disruptive snow or rain events that can be difficult to predict. The days of gentle, lingering snowfalls that once defined British winters may be fading away, replaced by unpredictable and sometimes severe weather patterns. In this new climate reality, accurate forecasting and thorough preparation are more important than ever before, helping communities stay safe and adapt to changing conditions. We must be ready to respond quickly to both floods and snow blockades, as winter hazards can shift rapidly from one extreme to another. Climate change means winter's surprises are only getting bigger, and adapting to these new extremes will be a challenge for everyone in the UK. Preparation is key to a safe, comfortable winter. Service your boiler, check insulation, and block drafts to keep your home warm and efficient. For drivers, check tires, antifreeze, and pack a winter emergency kit: blanket, torch, charger, shovel, and snacks. Avoid travel in heavy snow unless essential. Dress in layers, eat hot meals, and keep warm drinks handy. Check on elderly or vulnerable neighbors. A simple call or visit can make a big difference. Stay informed with the latest forecasts on TV, radio, or online. Being prepared means less stress and more enjoyment of winter's best moments. Don't wait for the first snow. Get ready now. A little planning goes a long way. The 2025-2026 winter promises a dynamic mix: rain, wind, and a higher risk of significant cold and snow. Scotland and Northern England are set for a snowy season, while the Midlands and South face more complex, changeable conditions. The difference between snow and rain could be just a degree or two. Past winters remind us to expect the unexpected: severe cold, flooding, or both. Climate change means more intense bursts of winter weather, even as average is warm. Prepare, don't panic. Get your home, car, and wardrobe ready, and look out for your neighbors. By planning ahead, you can enjoy the beauty and magic of winter, whatever it brings. Stay safe, stay warm, and let's embrace the season together.